All right, so I did a video talking about the latest thing that's happening on TikTok with a certain content creator, and again, I'm not naming names because I don't think I need to. If you don't know what's going on, you're either really out of it, or you're just like trying to goad me into name names, whatever. But anyway, I wanted to follow up because I think it's important that someone that's male says this, because it is important. And to give you some background, I have seen a number of situations in my life where people should have done or said something and did not. Now, I'm not telling any of the victims in this situation what to do. You handle this how you best think appropriate. But I'm going to say this. I would push you to please be brave enough and be strong enough to take legal action. It sounds like with everybody involved, there's good, groundwork here for this to be able to be handled legally well. And an example needs to be set, especially because this was somebody that was a left-wing content creator. Because we need to be sure that we're holding our own accountable the same that we would somebody on the right. It sets a clear message. It also lets men know on the left that just because you're standing up for people doesn't give you right to do everything. And I appreciate the person that I've seen so far that has spoke out about this, but they said they weren't doing anything at this point. And I hope maybe they're going to reconsider. I know this is still difficult. Again, this is still fresh. This is still new. But men need to be held accountable on both sides. And what I see and I hate is that this happens and then somebody decides not to take legal action, and another person decides not to take legal action, and then whoever's left maybe decides not to take legal action, and then it just kind of gets swept under the rug, and then I see these content creators come back. This has happened numerous times where I've seen other content creators do things not the same as this necessarily, but they do horrible things. Maybe they, say they're leaning one way and then they do things contrary to that, or they do something, racist or whatever. And then things quiet out, calm down because nothing happened with it really. There was some public embarrassment, but then what happens is it polarizes the people following the content creator, and then a bunch of people scoot out, and then a bunch of people move in, and that person slightly shifts their view, and then they start making money again. He should be crippled for this indefinitely. It should be public record. It should be publicly acknowledged that this is the reason we don't watch this content creator, because I'll tell you what's going to happen. A few months from now, after things have died down and they're quite quiet, it's going to be like, didn't something happen with that content creator? I can't remember. I love his content. Whatever it was, it couldn't have been that bad because, man, I love his content. It's really great. If you think the people now who are saying like, well, now I have to find a new favorite content creator are bad, wait until we get to that point where the victims have to watch people going, yeah, something happened with him, but I can't remember what. It must not have been that bad because he's obviously still here. And those victims will have to relive that every day. And they get destroyed, and he gets to go on making content, and because he's saying the right things, he gets a free pass, and that's not right. There needs to be justice for this. I'm not going to tag the person it needs to get to because I don't want to overstep, because I feel sensitive for that. But I feel that someone that looks like me, I don't have the longer beard, sorry, I'm not exactly that look, but needs to be saying something. If you really want to know my background of why I feel passionate about this, is because throughout my life I have known women who have stayed quiet or decided not to take action when they could have, should have, etc. And then that person got to go on and hurt somebody else. And it escalates, it gets worse. We know this, it keeps getting worse. So I'm urging you to please do something. If any of you guys want to tag the person and you know who it is in this, feel free to, but I'm not going to approach them for this. This is their thing to do. I'm just putting my opinion out and my feelings out as we're supposed to do on this app. But I did leave a comment on their video, and that's the most I'm going to do there. Or maybe they'll see this video after viewing that comment. I doubt they'll see it. They have a lot of followers, and they're going through a lot right now. But please hold this person accountable. Please don't let this fade away into just nothing so that he can go on and do it again. Make sure it's on record, make sure it's known, make sure that person's face is tied to what they've done so they can't just get off platform and then do it quietly in the background to other people. I think he should serve jail time for the severity of what happened. But I just have a feeling this is going to go on and it's going to get quieted out. He's going to do the break like everybody does, and then we're going to look at it, and then people, even worse, people are going to go, hey, he made an apology. Seems like this was all cleared up. And the perception is going to be that he's still a white knight who did the right thing, and he's going to get away with it. And he's already gotten away with it twice, it sounds like. And number 3 is coming up, and it's really shameful and terrible. So anyway, I just want to put this out there. I did make a prior video giving my opinion on a different aspect to this, and I got some comments that were concerning to me because people felt like I was siding with him and not the victims and shaming the victims. And no, I'm not shaming the victims. If they choose not to do anything, that's up to them. That's their choice. I wish they would. And in any way I can support for that, if they just need someone to talk to them off of platform or wherever, someplace like through a call or whatever, that can be arranged. I'm not even pushing for that. I'm just saying if that's what's needed to solidify, if they need somebody to say, no, you are right to do something about this and it should be done there. Hopefully this is all that is needed and all that's required, but please don't let this go quiet and let it go away with only an apology left and people's perception being that business was handled and must not have been too bad because he's back. Anyway, sorry for the long video, guys. Just thought I should get this out.